Hello, my name is Juliet Capulet, and this is my relatively short Draw My Life. So about me, I'm not your average 13-year-old. My parents are Lord and Lady Capulet, and they are very serious people. We're always feuding with the Montagues, another family here in Verona, Italy. I'm not sure why we are feuding or why we're enemies, but that's just where we stand. Anyways, my parents threw a ball on Sunday, and everything was beautiful. Everything was going well. I was busting some moves and partying with my friends when this guy comes over. And I swear it was love at first sight. We danced and partied all night long. He even came back to my room that night. His name was Romeo. He was classically tall, dark, and handsome. But that's when we found out we were from enemy families. Despite the fact that I was a Capulet and he was a Montague, we knew that we loved each other and decided that we would get married in the morning. We kissed goodnight and he left my window. I could not stop thinking about this Romeo. The next day, Friar Lawrence married us. It was magical, even if it was just in Friar Lawrence's cell, and I didn't have a long frilly veil. The day was amazing up until our families clashed, as they often did. This time, Romeo's cousin Mercutio and my cousin Tybalt got into a duel, leaving Mercutio dead at the hands of my dear cousin Tybalt. However, even Romeo would not let Tybalt get away with the murder of Mercutio, and he slayed Tybalt. Then it happened. The Prince of Verona banished Romeo from Verona for killing my cousin Tybalt. I was heartbroken, but at least we got to spend the night together as husband and wife. He left, and I vowed to stay faithful to him until I could leave Verona and we could be together again. That night, my father tells me that I will marry Paris in 3 days. How could this possibly happen? I was distraught and fought back. I refused to marry Paris. Lord Capulet told me I had no choice, but I had one other option. I would rather die than ruin my loyalty to Romeo. I confided in Friar Lawrence, who showed me a poison I could take that would kill me temporarily. This would allow me to essentially die, then be transported to the Capulet family tomb. After choosing the temporary death, I told my father I would marry Paris. He was very excited by my sudden turnaround and decided to push the wedding forward. That night, I took the poison happily and awaited when Romeo would wake me. While I was in my deep sleep, the nurse found me. All of the wedding preparations were used for my funeral. Romeo heard about my death through the grapevine before Friar Lawrence's letter with the plan of our reunion arrived to him. He ultimately decided that death was the only option. He visited the Capulet tomb where I was and saw Paris. They dueled, leaving poor Paris dead. Oh, it hurts me to even think about Romeo seeing my seemingly lifeless body. He took the poison in the tomb, ending his life in seconds. I awoke to the sight of my 2 dead lovers, but only caring about Romeo. I couldn't bear to live without him. I had to refer back to my choice. I would rather die than live without my Romeo. I took the dagger that killed Paris and stabbed myself in the chest. I know, it seems sad, but with our death, brought the enemy families of the Capulets and Montagues together through the sorrow that they caused.